Hola chicos, today we're starting on day 1 of packet 3, and even though you've got the photocopies of pages of the book and the exercises, I'm including certain files each day with the Google assignments, the Google Classroom material that I'm posting. Let's look over what we're doing today. We're starting 3A, and in the first document, that is chapter overview and repaso de capítulo, there are 2 pages in there. Basically, the first page of the chapter and the second page. The first page is showing what we're going to be working on in this chapter. And you can see the chapter objectives talk about foods and beverages for breakfast and lunch. Talk about likes and dislikes, express how often something is done, understand cultural perspectives on meals. As far as grammar, so far we've learned regular AR verbs. And in this unit, we're going to learn how to conjugate regular ER and IR verbs in the present tense. We're also going to learn how to use me gustan and me encantan, which are a little different than me gusta and me encanta. So that's the first page of the first file. The second page is the repaso del capítulo, which you should be familiar with. This is basically the last page of the chapter, and it gives it's a review of the chapter with all of the vocabulary that you've learned in the chapter. I'm including this at the beginning because from the very beginning, it's great to have this as a resource. And as you look at it, you'll see on the left-hand side, we have a group of words that talk about breakfast, a group of words that talk about lunch, and then also a group of words to talk about beverages. It's a lot of vocabulary, but that's what we're going to be working on today and tomorrow specifically. Besides these two, in the next file, you have a file that is pages 124 through 127, I believe, are the first pages of the chapter. So you start off with a sales paper of different food with the food names in Spanish. Then some other things to read. On pages 126 and 127, there's a video historia, which is a video story. Now, for some reason, the way it's set up with the book, if it's open, you would be able to read this across. But you'll see that this is a conversation between different people. Papá, Mamá, Tomás, Raúl, and Gloria. So you see number 1, the conversation between Mamá and Papá. And then down below that, you'll see number 5, 6, and 7. You have to go to the next page to get to 2, 3, and 4. So read those in order. Okay, and see if you can understand what the conversation is, what they're talking about, because one of your exercises on homework comes from that. All right, once you read through, working through, trying to understand everything on these pages, your work is going to involve a warm-up, precalentamiento, which is not included in the printed packet, but I want you to do this. This helps you to review what we've already gone over and makes it stick even more. In the precalentamiento, you're going to be using the verb estar, to be, I am, you are, and so forth. Read the instructions, but you're telling where these different people are, what countries they're in Central America. Pedro is in Mexico. Pedro está en México. So Luis y yo, where is Luis and I? Where are we? Luis and I are in Guatemala. How would you say that? Using estar, putting it in the correct form. The next exercise, comprendes, you're going to have to go back and look at the textbook pages 126 through 127, the video historia, the conversation that we just talked about. And you need to put down se, for cierto or true, or efe. These statements, are they true or false? Tomás está en Costa Rica. Thomas is in Costa Rica. Is that true or false, according to the video historia that you just read? And then the last exercise, tus comidas favoritas. You're getting ready to travel as an exchange student in Spain, and you're emailing your host family your opinions on different foods. Circle the name of the food item that best completes each sentence below. Instead of circling, put it in red. Just change the word to red. En el desayuno, yo como. At breakfast, I eat. Would it be cereal or sandwich? It'd be cereal, so you put that in red. That's the exercises for today. Write me if you have any questions. Adios.